Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com. We are here today with Kari Beery, who was just awarded Teacher of the Year through the Maltz Stop the Hate program. Kari, congratulations. That's an amazing honor.
Thank you so much. It's really nice to be here.
Talk about Stop the Hate, because we've been following this for years, and it is really one of those sort of life-changing programs for students where they're asked to step up and speak to tolerance and speak to how we can get along together as a world community. How does this program work in the schools that you've just gone through?
This has been a wonderful opportunity to work with the Maltz Museum. We've been working with them for 5 years now in the capacity of their essay contest, the Stop the Hate essay contest, and last year with their Stop the Hate singer-songwriter contest. What's super beneficial is that first and foremost, this is a free program that's offered by the Maltz Museum. We have taken those tenets and at Mayfield here, we have brought those into the classroom, and students have been able to really connect with one another, tell their stories, be agents of change, tap into speaking to a real audience outside of the classroom walls, feel seen and heard, and that makes a big difference in our critical thinking and in our discourse as we prepare these young adults to launch into the world.
So what was their reaction when you brought this to them and said, we're going to do an essay contest, we're going to write a song together? I mean, you teach honors English, right? And among other things. So these are kids who are probably looking to be stimulated and looking for that extra creativity. What was their response?
The response has been they have embraced it. They've kept open minds, which is another part of the contest. The contest is to build empathy. Usually, the essay contest comes in three components. It asks three things. It asks to tell a story where you've either witnessed or been maybe part of an injustice in the world. And then the next part is to tell how it made you feel, either as a person who is participating in it, or maybe it was happening to you. And then it moves to change. The last part of the essay is to consider how would you change the situation. That noticing is a big part of what we read in literature in our classes, and then we see acted out in real life with their own stories. So they're always in concert with one another.
We were talking about how the essay writing contest is really an individual writing essays. I think we all can understand what that is, and that's been going on for a while. We've attended many of those award ceremonies where Milton Maltz talks to the winners and talks about their stories. It's just very moving. The piece that you guys won the big award for this year was for the Youth Sing Out portion, which is a little different because you're actually working with a musician that's been supplied to you. Talk about how that process went and how, because I think some teachers and some students might be going, oh, this is too complicated. But you said you guys had a great experience with it.
We had a great experience. First of all, everyone loves music. And again, like the Maltz, I can't speak more highly. And their collaboration with the Roots of American Music and Lake Erie Inc. this past year brought a program that for teachers, it can seem very overwhelming. I want to try something new. I want to do something innovative or something different, but I don't have the time to like pull all the strings and do all move all the parts. So, but they have that all organized. So we were set up with a singer-songwriter from the Roots of American Music. And when she joined us, our goal was to explore music, and everyone loves music. So it was so cool that we worked with a singer-songwriter. She helped us construct our thoughts. She helped educate us about the past. She taught us about the history of construction of songs, the lyrics. She let us pick the music, the instruments, and she let us watch her try things out in front of us. So a lot of the time, the process for students seems like almost automatic, like we have to be so good at it instantly. The creative process is not like that. It is all over the place. It's not linear, and it was materialized in front of their eyes. And then as a result, the singer-songwriter took our work and recorded it and just made it into a beautiful song, which our words were, the backdrop to also all of her creative construction. And she brought forth something they really believed in. It was a really creative and cool project.
it sounds like they were engaged on so many different levels. And then, of course, it's also a contest, and you guys happen to win. There's money involved here too, right? There's sometimes this is meaningful to the student at the student level and also at the school level. You were talking about going into a meeting here with your principal in a few days, and you've got a little budget now, and you've got a plan to continue your hard work. Talk about the impacts of the monetary awards, but also what the students get out of it in a non-monetary way, anyone who actually participates.
Right. We were awarded a grant from the schools that now we, instead of me taking time to, write all the grants and try to do that on my own free time, now I am awarded the grant from the Maltz, and I can launch into making my classrooms or my community more inclusive, diverse, and honoring their mission, which is to allow as many voices as possible to shine in our campus and beyond. And the cool thing too is, no matter if you're a winner or not, the Maltz orchestrated that everyone gets a little bit of grant money. So even if you're participating, again, you can show students not only their voice is important, sharing their story empowers them in the world, but then also like that financial resource that sometimes we need to keep things moving is also given to you, and that's an extra gift. And then you collaboratively can decide what you want to do with it. Another conversation, another piece of discourse happens. Democracy is a verb. We have to be doing things. So we do talk a lot, but this helps us move students to the action part. And that's where the essay moves to the end. That's where the song creates at the end. That's where maybe the grant money happens at the end. So it's all the way through the process. It moves beautifully, and it has a lot of impact on a lot of people, which is great.
Well, Kari, thank you so much for sharing this. Congratulations on all the hard work that you guys have done. But it sounds like you've been supported every step of the way through this really well-constructed program from the Maltz, and that everyone who participates gets that same kind of support. It's great to see that you guys now have some resources, that your students have won some awards. But it sounds like the real value of this was going through the process itself, and how it helps students understand who they are and that they can have an impact, a positive impact in society. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for this
you.
opportunity to celebrate all of the great things that the Maltz, Lake Erie Inc., and the Roots of American Music are doing. And I appreciate the time with you.
Well, I'm sure we'll stay in touch, Kari. Thank you so much. It's Thomas Mulready from Cool Cleveland. Have a great week in Cool Cleveland.